fellow Africans. Today, on the 4th of October, we come back. First, we need to apologize. We sent a message yesterday or day before that we are going to be here with our Utopian public lecture, but we couldn't come because there are many issues that we are dealing with. You know, after Corona, there's a lot that we have to do, so we did not manage to keep our day, but apologies for that. Instead, we came today, Sunday, the 4th of October, exactly earlier than 2 o'clock. Our topic today is lack of vision and agenda, or is the reason why this continent of Africa is lacking, or is behind, or static in one place. We don't have a vision. We don't have a direction. We have no agenda that as a continent we want to go and reach there. That is our biggest problem. Instead, mistakenly, African countries, individually, they have their own agendas. We have talked about visions before. There are visions that some people are saying, Vision 2020, and now that is 20, they are going to shift. It will be Vision 2025, Vision 2030, Vision 2035, and so many countries, they have just shifted to a vision that they know they will never be there to see it, Vision 2063. This is where we always argue that you cannot make a vision, create a vision that you know already that you want to be there. So this explains that Africa don't have a direction. This explains that Africa don't have a vision. This shows that Africa don't have agenda. Now, what brought us here today is that if a person don't know what your needs are, you won't be able to work. Because if a person goes to work or look for work, first of all, he has something that he wants. I want to work because I want to have money to buy food, or to build a house, or to do business, or to send my kids to school, or to have a future. That is the need that makes a person to start toiling, to go about look for work. But in Africa, we can say even living, we just live without thinking. This is why by now we don't have societies that think for us. We don't have think tanks that prepares us into the future. Our think tanks in Africa are governments. Governments are the ones that think about Africa. And unfortunately, we are in a democratic dispensation whereby no political party will run a country forever. Therefore, all the agendas and visions that we build don't even see a day of light. Why? Because in a democracy, one party must come, another one must go. Therefore, this is the reason why Africa is static and lagging behind. We are always going backward instead of moving forward. For example, COVID-19 has just ended in many countries, but there are other countries, now as I speak to you, they are not yet opening their borders. Botswana has increased the emergency to extra 6 months, meaning no one will enter into Botswana or get out of Botswana. Zimbabwe is refusing anybody to enter their country unless they are special permission. Mozambique too. The question is, COVID-19 has affected each and every country in Africa and the globe at large. Why should others open borders while others are not? What are the reasons? Is it the same COVID, or we have some reservations or some problems, personal ones? If Africa do not have one agenda, if Africa does not have a need, then we are just as good as wasting our time. What is important is, let us have one agenda as a continent. Let us have one direction as a continent. Let us have one vision. Because today, many African countries will believe that Africa, without the other African neighbor there, Africa will never rise up. Economically, socially, never. Because Africa is Africa because of neighbors. Africa is Africa because of those people from next door. Those brothers and sisters from another country. That's what makes Africa. The economy of Africa has fallen because of COVID-19. The main reason is that there was no movement of Africans for them to toil, because that's how the bond of our economy is built. We are an informal sector of economy in Africa, but because it seems like our governments don't understand, because they want to hear this from International Monetary Fund, they want to hear this from World Bank, they want to hear this from World Health Organization, they want to hear this from international organizations. They don't want to create their own think tank that will be telling them what Africa must do, that will be telling them what Africa needs. And that's our greatest mistake, because now many countries are adamant they don't know what to do, because they are expecting there should be an international organization out there that will open its door, that now after COVID-19 we want to recover the economies of Africa, you can come and borrow money. Then you will see all African governments and presidents running there to beg. The question is, will money heal COVID-19? The answer is no. Will the money donated from outside ever going to develop Africa? The answer is no. African development should be from within, by an African. How do we do that? Let us create a platform where an African from North, an African from West Africa, an African from Eastern, an African from Southern region, an African from the diaspora should come together and build an agenda, create a vision. In that way, any other government, even if other political parties lose election, they will be coming to follow the same platform, the same agenda. In that way, in the next 10 to 15 years, Africa will never be the same. Perhaps this public lecture is calling on all African governments to start thinking outside the box now. How? COVID-19 came and caught us off guard. COVID-19 came and caught us off guard. Nobody was expecting. No government. Even good economists, better economists, they never prepare themselves for COVID-19. And I want to say, what happens will happen again. After COVID-19, something else will come. And when it comes, how alert are we? How prepared are we? This is why. This is why we need, as Africans, start thinking differently. Start thinking outside the box so that we can prepare ourselves. And let no one cheat you, governments of Africa, that you can only get the logic, the sense and the ideas from the Western world, from the Eastern world. There's nobody that will think for us as Africans, for us to develop. You know why? I'll tell you this, and here we cannot blame God. We are black Africans and will remain like that. So we cannot lie, cheat ourselves that a white man will come from America, from China, from Europe, and tell us that they love us, in black as we are. It won't happen. If that was the case, there could be no colonization. If that was the case, there could be no apartheid. If that was the case, there could never be this, what we call scramble for Africa. There could be no slave trade. Why? Because this is natural hatred. If you are black and I'm white, if you are white and black, still that will be there. But I want to say this. In Africa today, we have how many whites? Millions of them. If there are not a billion white people, then I'm sure there should be such estimates of figures. We can use them. Because they are now Africans. They are living with us. We can use them, that let us have the agenda together. We build this continent. Because this continent has everything. But you know what? Some of us, black people, we just use this word white people as a decor, a scapegoat, to hide our true identity. We are the thieves in our own continent. We are the crooks in our own continent. But when we blame them. I will say this. After independence, those that did not want to be in Africa, they left. But those that are in Africa,